Y'all already know what it is. It's about that time again, right? Definitely about that time again. As we are winding down, so I'll explain all this later live. I just wanted to jump on here tonight because tonight's show, Styles, what up? Yeah, I'm a few minutes early. Wanted to get a head start, man. I'm giddy. I'm starting to love doing these more and more. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on. No technical difficulty. All right. Should be good. We good. Yeah, now we good. All right, y'all. Pardon the body. I was too excited. Roddy Rod, what up? I fucked around and didn't even have a road on. All right, y'all. Listen. Tonight, I'm still in my R&B bag. I'm in my R&B bag tonight still. You know. I had a toss-up because I know I wanted to do the India Arie joint, but then as I was sitting here listening to music earlier, because I be picking out these songs that I want to use for this, and then tomorrow's song, I almost switched tomorrow's song for today, because that's how powerful tomorrow's song gonna be. But nonetheless, we'll get into that. January 10th, I'll explain all this later live. Chicago, Illinois, we outside. It feel good to say that again. I ain't said that in a minute. But y'all wasn't outside with us, but now y'all have the opportunity to be outside with us. Okay, cool. I'll get into more details on that and more. All right, so look, let's kick it off, right? Tonight's episode, we're going to talk about, first of all, I wish I had my sage. I really feel like this one of them songs you gotta light sage to. All right, everybody say they want a relationship. Everyone says they're tired of being single, right? But let me ask you this. If your soulmate dropped into your lap right now, would you ruin it? Would you handle it? Would you be ready? Would you know what to do? This is what this song does. Like, it makes you wonder if you ready. Would you actually be ready? Would you be ready? Tonight's song of choice, India Arie's Ready for Love. All right, this is a pre-flight check, right? You can't fly a plane with a cracked engine. So tonight we breaking down the difference between loneliness and readiness, right? Some people just get into things because they lonely. Some people are actually ready for relationships. All right. So tonight, I hope that we can help cleanse your soul before you invite a guest into your home, right? That's what we're about to do tonight. Let's talk about it. I love this song. I love India Arie. I don't think people give India Arie enough credit for her voice. I just don't think people give her enough credit. So this is homage for tonight. We're gonna pay some homage to India Arie with this song. Now, in the song, she says, "I'm ready for love. Why are you hiding from me? I'd quickly give my freedom to be held in your captivity." All right. Now, I might not be the greatest lover, but listening to this record, it does it to me every time. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna flex. It does it to me every time. You know, I'm a big R&B dude. So when I hear songs about love, it prepares you for something that you didn't necessarily experience. So she asks, why are you hiding from me? Well, the real question is, what if love ain't hiding from you? What if you hiding from love? Are you outside physically but closed off emotionally? If love isn't finding you, right? Is it because your spirit is in witness protection? I was big on not loving because I felt like I knew for a long time I wasn't ready for love. You know, I loved lust more than I actually loved the thought of love. So when I hear this, I can definitely say I was in the witness protection. Like, yeah, I'm here today. You see me and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, you have to be visible in order to be chosen. You can't be hiding behind the rock, throwing a rock at the window and then hurry up and hiding behind the rock. Nah, you got to be visible. You got to be standing there to be chosen. It's like all them kids, and y'all remember growing up, we all played dodgeball and basketball, and everybody was standing around, and you already knew who was going to get picked, and you knew who, you know, you got the last two people, and you, in your mind, you're like, which one to pick. This ain't that. You got to stand there and actually want to be picked. You know what I'm saying? She says, I'd quickly give my freedom. Do you not understand how heavy that is? For somebody to say they willing to give up all the dudes, all the women, all the streets, all the partying for this. I ain't gonna hold you. That was never me. But I love it though. I love the thought that someone can say, yeah, I'm ready to, for sure, Rod. I'm ready to give everything that I got. So that's a beautiful feeling. Are you actually ready to change the single life? Anytime you get ready to get in a relationship, are you ready to change? Are you ready to give up everything that comes with being free? Like, you don't have to answer to nobody. You ain't got to check in. You come in when you want to. You ain't got to have somebody checking your every move. And there's a pros and cons to this. The single life is cool until it ain't. You know what I'm saying? You want a partner, but there are some people out here that want a partner, but don't want to give up the roster, the freedom, or the selfish routine where they ain't got to answer to nobody. They ain't got to pay nobody else's bills. They ain't got to look out for nobody. You know what I'm saying? They free to do them in peace. You can't fit a spouse into a single person's schedule. All right? You cannot be out here living the life and still try to be in a relationship. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Pick one. You either in or you out. You know what I'm saying? Change do be hard. It do. And sometimes change is scary, right? Because people don't understand what change is. Some people don't know if they walking into a good change or not once you start talking to somebody. Because let's be real, when you start off in a relationship in the talking stage, everything feels good. It looks good. They act good. They smell good. They on the top of the top with you. You feel like, you know, we call that the honeymoon phase. Everything looks good in the beginning. Then it's not. All the time that it takes. We talked about exchange before, the Bryson Tiller record. We talked about exchange. But this is the good kind, right? Are you ready to give up your me time for we time? All right, if you're stingy with your clock, you aren't ready. You aren't ready. I'ma just keep it a buck with you. You aren't ready. Readiness is availability. Are you ready to share your life? Are you ready to communicate and talk and catch up and talk about each other's days and spend quality time? Even if y'all just standing there just looking at each other, I take that quality time. So you gotta ask yourself, are you ready for that? Only you know how much time you're willing to put in. It can't be forced. Can't nobody force you to put the time in. You have to put the time in. Definitely got to change consistently. The time doesn't stop. It just changes. The clock don't stop. It just changes. It changes minutes. It changes. It doesn't sit still. So you got to understand that readiness is availability. If you think love is hiding from you like a punishment, you're definitely playing victim. Love isn't a game of hide and seek. It's a game of magnetism, right? If you aren't attracting it, check your magnet. Is the love repelling from you because of bitterness, because of past issues? Is it because of things that you know that you're not ready for and it's kind of on the back burner, got you teetling a little bit, seesawing? You don't know, you're scared. I think it's scary when you start looking into love. I do. I think it's scary. All of the pain that I have known, all the tears that I've cried, all the pain, all the time that it takes just to stay in your good grace. Now listen, right? It takes a lot. Okay? It takes a lot. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. I say that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? I say that wholeheartedly. You got to be ready. I don't think people understand the whole concept of when you say that you're ready, you're laying down your burden. You're laying down everything. You're laying down your past. You're laying down all the dumb stuff that you've been through. You're laying it down. You're getting rid of it. It's baggage. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you ready? You have to acknowledge the pain, but you can't let it drive your car. If you bring your ex's crimes into a new relationship, you already polluting the water. Okay? You have to know the pain is to heal it, not to weaponize it, And I spent a lot of time doing that. I'll admit, I think everybody that's been in love or has been through heartbreak will tell you they're not too trusting after that. It takes a while once those walls are put up, and it's scary because if you spent all your time putting up these walls, facts. If you spent all your time putting up these walls, it don't just happen overnight that you can break them mother suckers down. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen overnight. I think a lot of times in this song, she said, watch what you ask for, because you might receive. But if they ask me tomorrow, I'll say the same thing. That means her heart was in it. She ain't changed her mind. She gonna be right there. She ready to receive. She got a good heart, a good mind frame, and she actually ready. You know what I'm saying? I think the hardest step in being ready for love is the feeling that you gonna get hurt again. That fear makes you defensive, controlling, jealous. You know what I'm saying? You can't be ready for love and ready for war at the same time. You can't. You got to come in and you got to lay down your weapon, because this ain't a war. This ain't a war right here. It might have been a war in the past. Y'all might have had all them type of issues, all them type of problems, but this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust that whatever this is right here is what it is right here until it changes and shows you that it ain't. You know what I'm saying? This is the time that you are open and ready to love and be loved correctly. Stop painting your whole history as a tragedy. I'm pretty sure there have been, before this one, right? Before you jump into something that feels right, every relationship you've been in couldn't have been bad. It couldn't have started off bad, because why would you get into it if it was bad? So you got to know your whole history ain't a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude for the past kind of opens the door for future love. Like, you understood what you went through in the past. You understood the things that you went through. And now it's like, all right, cool. I went through those experiences. Hell yeah, I went through that shit. Now, this here, this different. I received this because it feels different. It moves different. It acts different. I'm with it. I feel it. So this is where you lay that down and you like, yo, this is different. I feel this. I receive this. I enjoy this. So I got to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Love is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? You ever felt something so good that you started crying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't weakness. It ain't weakness to cry, but I mean, like, you watering the soul for new growth. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't grieved about your last loss, then you are emotionally not ready. Sometimes you got to clear the blockage before you start a new connection. And I mean that truly. You know what I'm saying? She said, I am ready for love. Would you please lend me your ear? I promise you I won't complain. I just need you to acknowledge that I am here. I don't know. Just that line right there is showing you, like, I'm ready. Listen to me. Hear me, understand me. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. Don't use nothing that I'm saying against me. Like, I just need you to lend your ear and hear me out. Like, yo, I think that's everybody's goal, is to be heard and acknowledged. Like, if you know that I'm here, everything else don't matter. Everything else don't matter. All right? Everything else don't matter. You know, if you give me half a chance, I'll prove this to you. I'll be patient, kind, faithful, and true. To a man who loves music, a man who loves art, respects the spirit world, and thinks with his heart. You got to hear that. You got to hear that, like, that's what music is missing nowadays. Music ain't talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? R&B music and music for the soul ain't talking that talk right there. Like, you gotta really hear it. I will be patient, kind, faithful, and true. Like, be really dedicated to this shit. Like for real. Like, if you just stop and just listen, like, she really dedicated to the craft of finding something real. And I think, you know, she said, I am ready for love. If you'll take me in your hands, I will learn what you teach and do the best that I can. That's dedication. That's heartfelt. Like, she really, really poured it all out. And I think as a man, right, we want to hear that shit. Even the toughest, most hardcore dudes out here want to hear that shit. I don't care what they telling you. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear it. They want to hear all of this. There's some dudes out here that will receive that and hear that. And I promise you, they just, man, like, I ain't gonna hold you. That's a beautiful feeling. Like, for real. Everybody know what love is, man. Like for real. Are you ready to be taken in hands? That means surrender. What are you addicted to? To the drama? Because that ain't what she's saying when she's saying she will take everything that you're trying to teach and she will work with it. She don't want the drama. She don't want the chase. She don't care about the toxic ex. She focused on that. All right. Sometimes you got to put yourself on a detox from negativity. You know what I'm saying? Go. If listen, in order to fully prepare yourself, go on a detox from the shit that you know that's toxic. 30 days without texting the toxic link. Like, that motherfucker toxic, You don't want that. Why waste time on toxic when it's somebody right here that's ready, willing, and able to love you, like right here? You have to starve out the addiction to feed the purpose. The purpose is love, right? So why are we giving the negative and the X and all that attention? Why are we paying attention to them? It's addictive. It's temptation. I get it. You know how many times I was tempted? And I'm gonna just be transparent. I was tempted a lot to go head on and reach out and do. I was tempted. I ain't gonna hold you. It took a lot. It took a lot for me to be like, nah, we ain't climbing down that hill. We good. Let sleeping dogs lie on that. And I told you, after 10 days of fighting that off, it became easier by day 20. It became easy by day 30. By day 40, 50, and 60, I was already back to smash. Like, in a sense, like, all right, we let that go. We ain't got to deal with it no more. You know what I'm saying? We good. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I'm not going to hold you. It was not easy. Letting go of the cheap affection. Letting go of the arguing. Letting go of the bullshit. You know, stop distributing desperate love to people who don't deserve it. You know how desperate love is. We'll accept anything because we love this person and we want them to stay. Yeah, you got to let that go. All right. Pull your energy back and store it up for the person who earns it. That's what she was saying. Like, you ready for love? Here with an offering of my voice, my eyes, my soul, my mind. Tell me what is enough. To prove I am ready for love, I am ready. She giving everything, dog. Her voice, her eyes, her soul, her mind. What? Hey, listen. That's like the biggest flex you can have in a relationship. Like, and I know I might catch some flack for saying this, but that's the biggest flex to me. Like, knowing that you have a woman, mind, body, and soul, that's all about you. Tell me that ain't a feeling. Tell me that's not a feeling, dog. That's a feeling. Real talk, that is a feeling. It just get in your soul. That's a different kind of feeling, because a lot of times people just have just the body. Nah, shorty say she giving it all. You can have it all. All right? You can have it all. Hell fucking yeah. I take that every day of the week. All right? I will learn what you will teach. Then you got to ask yourself, this woman is telling you she's willing to be teach. Are you willing to teach? Are you a teacher? Are you a good partner to a student of the love? They're willing to learn. A lot of women think they know everything. So when you come across a woman who is teachable, but still knows what she knows, if you arrogant and unteachable, it wouldn't work. You are not ready for love. You are ready for an argument. You're ready for a fight. You're ready to get into it. You're ready to be by yourself. Sometimes you have to let go to get ready. All right. After a bad breakup, you got to have a solitude season. Time to build up your bag, your body, and your mind. Relationship should be a merger of two empires. It's not a rescue mission. You don't need to be saved. That's when you know you're ready for love. When you realize, like, yo, I got just as much to offer to this table. I ain't looking to be rescued. All right? She said, I'm offering. Tell me what is enough. Do you feel like enough? Listen, confidence is like cologne, dog. If it smells good on you, it's gonna attract. You got it. You got to believe you the prize before anybody else will. That's why I'm so high on myself, because I know who I am and I know what I can do. So when Big Smash is out here tooting his own horn, it's a reason, because I believe in self. And if I don't believe in self, then how will anybody else believe in self? You know what I'm saying? Love is about giving. It's not just always about taking. What are you offering? You gotta really touch a woman's soul for her to offer everything, you know? You offering your peace, your support, your vision. You know, if you come to the table empty-handed, demanding to be fed, you are a child, not a partner. And I think that was my biggest flaw. That was my biggest flaw. I ain't gonna flex. I came to the table because I felt like, damn, I built this table. So that's another story for another conversation. We might jump into that conversation tomorrow. Matter of fact, yes, we are jumping into that conversation tomorrow. Don't trip. Tomorrow's song is heavy. It's heavy. This isn't when, you know, they say, I'll wait for you. This isn't a passive waiting. This is a active preparation. While you wait, you work. You don't settle. You don't settle for the right now person because you're waiting for the right person. Patience. You filtering that out. You know, you filtering that out for quality. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that you're ready. Nobody knows that you're ready but you. All right? Readiness is a vibration. You can feel it. You know, when you truly ready, no exes, no drama, no side pieces. Your finances is in order. Your heart is open. You move different. You stop chasing because why the hell am I running? You know what I'm saying? This is a destination. Why the hell am I running? You got to think about that. You got to move. You got to grow. You got to build. You can't build a future off a cluttered foundation. You can't build a future off a cluttered foundation. Okay? If you want a love that lasts, you got to do the work before they show up. You can't start doing the work once they start showing up. Clean your house so you aren't embarrassed when the guests arrive. All right? The real explanation for this is simple. The person you are looking for is looking for you. But you can't find them if you're buried under your past. Lay down the fear, pick up your worth, and stand in the light. Get ready so you don't have to get ready. Get ready so you don't have to get ready. Because you already ready. I'll explain all this later live. January 10th. It's going down in a major way. Tomorrow's episode is going to be dope because tomorrow we're going to do Anthony Hamilton's Charlene. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. This song was me. This song was me. Like, it was deep. Like, it was me. Like, I don't think y'all understood the pain in this goddamn song because shit, it's reality. That was like, I ain't gonna hold you. Charlene was like the remix, the old folks remix of When a Woman's Fed Up. That's how I look at it. That was like a old folks. That was the old folks version of When a Woman's Fed Up. Anthony Hamilton sung that shit for the old folks, for the ones that, you know, had shit going on and you know, he said he woke up to a letter. Ain't nobody write no letters nowadays. So that's the fact of why that song is so dope to me, you know. So yeah, we're gonna break that down tomorrow. But listen, January 10th, I'll explain all this later live. It's going down. Y'all already know what it is. I catch y'all when I catch y'all. For real, for real. Tomorrow.